All right, so with that being said, it is what it is. Appreciate those who follow the page, those who support the channel, things like that. One thing that I really like to point out and pull up will be the talk of Jaylon Smith. We talked about the other linebackers out there. We talked about LVE. We talked about the other guys who making plays like 57. And then also Sean Lee. We understand what he can do out there on the field, but we failed to realize, we failed to bring up this guy, Jaylon Smith, his ability to play well out in space and cover and blitz. We see all those things. So let me just pull up, I guess. Let me just go to let's go to Jaylon Smith stats. And the thing that Jaylon Smith does better than most, what people fail to realize, is recognition. Flying out to the ball. Yes, he has. Well, you have like 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. We see those things out there as far as his stats and his ability to fly out to the ball and track well out in space. But what the cover 2 scheme, what we ask for the quarterback, well, what the linebacker, the quarterback of the defense to do, is to spy the quarterback, to chase down the field. And then on top of that, sometimes with the way that Rob Marinelli want his team to do, is to attack the upfield too, when it relates to like blitzing up the middle. And you don't get a lot of style points playing the quote unquote Mike linebacker or middle linebacker, however you want to call it. So as of now, on the weak side, LVE is eating, but on a larger picture, one can argue the fact that most of these things are being opened up because of the mic is taking on so many people as it relates to like just in general. Shots out to time. Let me just pull up this right quick. Just bear with me. I got both of the deals rolling over here. Appreciate you guys. This on the Law Nation 2.0 page, and those who are on the Law Nation original page. Thank all of you guys. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull up all your comments so that no one can be left out. Team, this defense is one nasty unit when everyone is working together in unison, meaning that we don't have nobody that we can sit back and say, okay, this is the issue, because everybody flies out to the ball. I think that they bought the system that Rob Marinelli was preaching, and the person to ignite everything, Chris Richard. You guys saw him out there against the Eagles game, firing up everybody, letting everybody know that, hey, we come out here to play. And I heard the PC talk from Stephen Jones talk about, we don't want our coaches to do that in the NFL. Definitely don't want to see that happening out there. Bull sugar. Bull sugar. Because I say this, when you have a coach that gets in the face of other players and tell them, hey, my guys are coming to play regardless of the scenario, man, it fires and lights up everybody. And I think that's what Chris Richard, hands down, we saw the cover 2 from years ago. It was just like one of those defenses where we can say it bend but don't break. But now, Chris Richard, I'm not putting him on a pedestal higher than any other coach, but what it's doing is that now you got guys willing to run through a brick wall for that said coach. You see what I'm saying? So I love that fiery passion. I love the temperament. I love the tempo of the coach. I love the way he challenged and also put the fear of what into these players. And I think that the higher his ability to coach this team as far as accountability and to be able to fire and put people on the bench, I think players will tune in even more, believe it or not. But before I get too far into this thing, shout out to Young Wilson, first person that's in the chat box on my Law Nation page, and then also on the Law Nation 2.0, Rocky Dale. Appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. It's always a pleasure, man. Thank both of you guys. And also on my Facebook panel. Guys, if you're on the Facebook groove, what I'm going to do is I will read your comments after the screen after this stream has been posted, basically, because I don't have the ability to go back and forth while we are live right now. But I really appreciate you. Just do me a huge favor. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the content. But this is the thing with Jaylon Smith's ability to attack upfield, capture the opposition out of space. Those skill sets is something amazing, and we talked about the linebacker and core in general. 6'2", of course, 245 pounds. You need that out of a linebacker. Shouts out to Cowboys Experience. I have that link in the description box too. We will have not Jaylon Smith, but his brother at the next event I believe we have booked. And trust me, we're going to try to ask him plenty of questions about his brother's skill set and his plays out there on the field. Not to to look over Rod Smith, but Jaylon is the guy that's holding this defense together. I think that his cerebral approach is a way to just horn in everything that we need to know about this defense and spreading it over to LVE. And this team is so young. This guy is so young too. He's born in 1995, for crying out loud. I always say live like 95. He's born in 95. And when we look at this right here, June 14, 1995, 23. So we look at those things right there, and we try to marry that up with the other guys that's out there, meaning that this team can be good for a long time. Not a short time, but for a long time. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you all are feeling the impact of what Jerry Jones and Will McClay and Stephen Jones, when they took the gamble to go out there and grab Jaylon Smith. A lot of people was wrong on Jaylon Smith. A lot of people was wrong on LVE. And we got another guy that's merging up. And I'm so far behind on film breakdowns that I'm just not getting over to looking at his film. And I'm talking about Randy Gregory. If so much good came out of the Eagles game, man, Randy Gregory, number 25, Xavier Woods. We can talk about LVE. I just dropped the film session on LVE. It wasn't a long one, but it was just like a few plays that he did out there that showed up. To me, the interception and also that 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, whatever down it was, for him capturing the edge and flying through, although he was being blocked in the back, still able to get to the opposition and get him down. Those plays together mean everything. And this is the thing. Come this weekend, when we play the Atlanta Falcons, what I want to see this team do to have the same energy, the same tenacity, the same approach of being the underdogs and just eat the humble pie. I told everybody before, I was talking to someone that I bumped into while I was in town. I was telling them, like, hey, if this team can catch fire towards the latter part of the year, we working with something. But we will have to see these games lumped together. And we are, if the Browns are able to beat the Atlanta Falcons, we should be able to beat the Atlanta Falcons too. So with that being said, what we need to do is get out there and make things happen. I always say there's three types of things out there in this world. Three types of things, or three types of people. People that go out there and make things happen, people that go out there and watch things happen, and a person that go out there and say, hey, what just happened? Cowboys Nation, we need to be the team or the person that go out there and make things happen. Get out there and just dominate. We have to be able to just say, hey, the last time we played the Atlanta Falcons, we didn't have number 21 out there, nor did we had number 77. Now, of course, Dak Prescott laid an egg, and my God, Chaz Green laid an egg too. But now, all of those excuses are out the window because now they got a number 19, a guy that can run some hellacious routes, and number 17, the inside plug. I'm calling him the inside plug. They can bust things up in the inside. But don't forget about Jaylon Smith. This guy, Jaylon Smith, if he can just go down and make things happen, and he'll open up for L to the V to the E. I see you, Albert. Yes, it will work. Josh Skinner, the winner, man. I appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. Ronald Reynold, thank you. Star Gang all day. Please hit the like button, share this content. Yes, I see you, fam. Patrick Edmondson, Yes, we in this thing. We live like 95. So as we look at these players, man, Jaylon Smith overall stats, 9 games, 3 sacks, like I said, 47 solos. That's nice. Let me see if I can pull up Vander Esch while we here. And let me see what we got. Vander Esch. Leighton Vander Esch. Let's see what we got here. 9 games for well, they don't even have his stats updated yet on the Pro Football reference here. But of course, we know he don't have any sacks. But what we want to look at is his total deal here. I guess they going by different games. Yeah, they don't have the stats uploaded and updated yet. So with that being said, though, we already know he's still flying out the ball. Oh, he's born in February the 9th, 1997. My God, these guys are super young. February the 9th. Shout out to the Aquarius, though. 6'4", 256 pounds. This guy flying out to the ball. I heard some people saying like, "Hey, he's better than Sean Lee." Hey, pump the brakes. Don't say that yet. he's a good player though, and so far he's showing that he's able to be reliable in certain factors, and he can seal off the edge on the weak side. But we still need a little bit more aggressiveness from our strong side linebackers too. So, and that's just the cover two. You really have issues with the cover two inside linebackers as it relates to like slants and the steam routes. You do have that. Rock and replenish late night with Law. Yes, it is late night with me. Yes, I'm so far behind. I was off pretty much on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and some parts of Monday. So I'm like 4.5 days behind. So it's rough when you love the Cowboys this much, and especially when we win. You got so many things you can take a look at. And I said, look, let me peel back from the tape and talk to the nation. Let me talk to the people. And I appreciate you, Calvin, for making the donation to help grow the nation, man. Appreciate it, man. Every penny count. I got some 4K camera groove from the donation that you all was able to make. It's real solid, crisp 4K camera that when we go out to these events, that I will be able to utilize that equipment with the proper lighting and the proper mics and these sorts of things. And we'll be able to get like a sound clear podcast going on the road. Our plans for this upcoming off season, I do know that we still in the season right now, but our plans, oh my goodness, when we go out to Oxnard, have that trip already sponsored in, so we don't have to reach into our own natural pockets, right? And we'll get out there and we will talk and have interviews with players. And then on top of that, the draft. Bring in my brother from another mother from the same home skillet, Vach Lombardi, out there. We have the draft at a round table, and we're going to be talking about prospects and things like that. He got his a draft scouting a book that he's going to have published and produced. So we're growing. Believe it or not, we are growing, but we would not be this far without you all. And shout out to you, Calvin, for making a donation to help grow the nation. But it's just the small things. The journey of 1,000 steps or 1,000 miles or 100,000 miles or whatever you do in life. I said laugh. In life, always start from one step. And in order for us to get this journey to the Super Bowl, and I know it's far-fetched for most of the fickle fans and most of the, I guess the pessimistic fans. I'm not gonna call you fickle because you have a right to be upset. It's been over 20 years, right? But most people would say, hey, we don't have a fighting chance. And I reminded somebody, one of the greatest quarterbacks that most people have ever seen their eyes play. I'm really tired. So if my words are everywhere, just charge it to my head, not my heart, right? Even one of the greatest quarterbacks you can ever imagine in life, Aaron Rodgers. How did he manage to get that Super Bowl, right? How did he manage? No. They snuck in through the wild card. You see, a lot of people look at the Super Bowl and they think the path of the Super Bowl can only be like one of those paths that the Patriots do, right? where they dominate, and they get into the playoff. Then all of a sudden, bam, they win the Super Bowl. No, it don't work that way. I can remind a lot of people that the Giants, they snuck in through the wild card. It's all about getting hot towards the latter part of the year. The Steelers snuck in through the wild card. I mean, we can go on and on and on about teams that got hot towards the latter part of the year. And right now, if we can get one of those 2016 runs right around this time frame, OMG, man, will it be nice? Will it be wonderful? And even in 2016, we were saying to ourselves, man, will this hot streak ever end? Are we being too hot too soon? Yeah, so it's just one of those things. Lorenzo, you said that I don't trust the coaching. I don't trust the coaches. Yeah, I don't trust the coaches either. I'm not saying that, hey, Jason Garrett is one of the brilliant minds of the NFL out there. Look, we didn't trust the coaching back in 1994, 95 season, or 95, 96 season. We didn't trust the coaching staff that much, right? A lot of people didn't. A lot of people were not all sold on Barry Switzer, just to be fair and honest to everyone. But the staff and some of the players knew without a shadow of a doubt that they had some leaders out there. Now, can this team turn things around? Quite possible. It's possible, but we are still young. As I mentioned, Sean Lee, he's out of the picture right now. But I mentioned the guy that we're doing this topic about, don't forget about Jaylon Smith. The guy's super young. Super young. LVE, super young. Dak Prescott, super young. Now Ezekiel Elliott, super young. Amari, super young. These guys are babies out there. Half of the guys that's on his team was born anywhere from 1993 and upwards, So these are young guys out there. Now, granted, this is the thing. The window of opportunity is very small because the shelf life of a running back is not that long. And I heard my guy DDP earlier, D Dallas Prospect, every legend was once a prospect, made a statement or put out there on a post, and I wish I can grab it. But he was saying that, hey, the second contract for Ezekiel Elliott may not be possible. May not be a smart move in certain factors because of the age ability of a running back. So that window is not as big as we want it to be. So the Cowboys going to have to figure out how to win now. And I understand that a lot of people saying, okay, let's go out there and get another proven quarterback. Let's go out there and find another quarterback too. Not to just make Dak Prescott go unscathed. But this is the thing. Even if you go out there and draft another quarterback, there's still a possibility that that quarterback may not be who you really think that he is. Just like the Matthew Staffords of the world and just like Matty Ice, all those guys. It's beyond 6 or 7 years. And as much as we have our love for Ezekiel Elliott, he's not going to be the Ezekiel Elliott 6 or 7 years from now. Shout out to Young Wilson for making a donation to help grow the nation. He said, salute. Thanks. Keep it up. Positivity. Yeah, I'm trying to be positive all the way, man. This is the thing, too. While you guys are sleeping, I'm grinding. I'm working. For those who out there who loves who watched and rewatched the game and go back and see what they can see from the game and pause and rewind and things like that, it's possible. All you got to do is go to the Patreon account. I made it so that it can be possible that it can be free $99. You don't have to pay a dime. And all you can do is just click on the link on the Patreon. I'm not saying you put in $1, you put in $2 or $3 or what have you. You can watch the game. No, it's free. Just go to Patreon and click on the link that's in the description box, and you can watch the game free of charge, free of law nations. That's how we do. That's how we get down. And you can rewind the game and watch and just look at play after play, and you can see with your eyes what you may have missed so that you can be, I guess, better equipped. So the next time the next game come around, you can say, okay, these are the things that we need to improve on. Or this particular lineup on the defense, Law, what is this? Why they always line up in I formation and they run out of it and never pass out of it? Why do they always do this out of shotgun? You see, that's how we can better improve ourselves and we can grow as a nation so that we can be the best out there, right? Christopher, appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. Big J, what's up, man? O-line. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I got to talk about that offensive line, man. I got to talk about that offensive line. This is the thing. Number 76, I don't even know how to say his name, Xavier. This guy, I saw second level blocking. I saw engagement. I saw him grab the inside of a man's chest and push him back and throw him, swing him around. You know, I saw grown man football with him. I saw grown man play, and I like that. And I didn't see that enough out of Connor Williams. Not saying that Connor Williams is trashed, because that's the word that everybody love to go to. But what I saw from the All-22 film as the Ezekiel Elliott hit that hole. For those, like I said, go back and watch the game. Whether if you have the NFL All-22 package, if you bought the NFL package and things like that, you can go there too. But if you look at the big run that Ezekiel Elliott did when he ran in the ball, and not the one that he hurdled the guy, but the ball when he ran and the ball was fumbled or knocked out from behind him. Look back at that game. Look back at that particular play. I don't have it on top of my mental right now. But if you can look at that play, you can see number 76 anchored down, shift his weight, moved his hips just right, just how we want to see the left guard do, and move the weight out of the way and let Ezekiel Elliott run that ball down the field. Man, it was nice. Man, it's nice, man. If I had time is my enemy. I will show you guys, man. Ezekiel Elliott, man. That boy was just nasty, man. It was one of those things where I'm sitting here saying to myself, man, this kid, boy, he need a little shave this off right here, making one of those wicked high top fades, or just braid it to the back, fam. But it is what it is. See, this guy born in 1995. We live like 95. I didn't know Ezekiel Elliott was born in 95. But, yeah, so out of 9 games, 168 rushing attempts for 831 yards. I don't know whether or not this thing is accurate, but he got 4 touchdowns. We normally see Ezekiel Elliott with more touchdowns than this as far as rushing and this sort of thing. So, hopefully, against Atlanta, we need another 3 touchdown Ezekiel Elliott day. I think it can happen, right? And I need to see the swipester, Jaylon Smith with the swipe, get another forced fumble, maybe another sack or his INT. Maybe one of these guys can take it to the house. We need some defensive guys to score. Number 76 put CW to shame. He talking about Connor Williams. This is from Junkyard Dog. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you for tuning in. Falling text was good. Dallas thought they could outshoot the teams this year. No, they're a long way before they get into shootouts or what have you. A long way, man. But I think that with the emergence of Amari Cooper, we say that normally it takes time for a wide receiver to develop and things like that. But Amari Cooper's route ability and his route running techniques, it's nasty, it's wicked, it's crazy. He can create separation. I think that the young Dak Prescott and the young Amari Cooper got a bright, promised future together. They both they hate to lose, so I like that type of temperament. But we would just have to see a little bit more from Dak Prescott to Amari, and hopefully everything else can gel together. And then on top of that, Cole Beasley. We know for sure it's time for him to shine. Normally, and I mean to say this, normally, Cole Beasley don't go on this long of a stretch without shining. So he's about to shine, because the Jacksonville Jaguar game's been a pretty good minute from here. So hopefully this game you'll see that the teams will try to make their adjustment. I saw a little bit of it on the slide from the Filthy when they say, okay, we're going to jam them. We're going to try to press them up a little bit. And I'm talking about Amari Cooper, number 19. And then they said, nah, that's not working. So we're going to play a little off on him. We're going to see how he can create space. And then we're going to slide the slot corner over to his side for extra protection, what have you. for the underneath. So we're going to do them a little trail, and we're going to have a guy playing over. That didn't work. So what we're going to do is they can try to create pressure and get to Dak Prescott before he can go through his read. Because with that, if you don't have the anticipation with that deep, with those longer post routes, if you don't pass with anticipation, then those plays normally don't happen well. And this is another thing, and this is not me bashing my brother from another mother, Dak Prescott. What he going to have to learn down the line is this one key element that and I'm talking about save Peyton Manning's life, is not just bailing out of the pocket, but trusting the pocket by sliding. Tom Brady can slide around the pocket too, but the best film to watch the quarterback that know how to slide around in that pocket is Peyton Manning. The way he nimble his feet around the pocket. He don't move fast now. It's that subtle movement in the pocket that is equivalent to somebody scrambling out of the pocket, trying to create space. And those are things that I wish that down the line that the quarterback coach can coach up Dak Prescott to learn to slide around the pocket, to evade or to get away from the pressure that's inside, and to pick his poison from there. And then also when he roll out of the pocket, not to continue to, you don't have to continue to roll. Sometimes you can roll out and you are away from the pressure and just reset your feet and bam, throw the ball. And he had a guy, the play that he snapped up, Amari Cooper snapped up the other guy's ankle and leg or what have you, was a play that Dak Prescott was able to roll out of the pocket. He was looking down the field, and the ball said, "Oh, not today. I'm not going to make you good today." And the ball slipped right out of his hand. If he was able to score off of that play to Amari Cooper, I think half of the Eagles fans would have been on suicide watch right about now. But they spared their lives and things like that. Shout out to my brother from another mother, no other, man. Don't look like Danny Glover. Vados Lombardi is in the house, man. Coop whooping ass. That's what he says over here. And also, oh, man, what's up? What's good with you, man? Appreciate you. Salute. Power. Knowledge is power. Yes, knowledge is power, fam. That's Vados Lombardi. Yeah, we up late, 12 o'clock, going on 12 o'clock. Notorious Drunk. That's a cold YouTube name, fam. Dak hesitate too much. Conservative style. Our wide receivers don't get open. You can't say that no more, Notorious Drunk. Because wide receivers are getting open, and the aspect of not holding on to the ball too long, that comes from this right here, whether it be, and I'm not trying to throw the coaching staff under the bus, because we saw in the Senior Bowl, and I posted a link below on my last video, that Dak Prescott can get the ball out of his hands quick. It's just one of those things where he right now lost all of his trust with the offensive line, and also he lost most of his trust with some of the receivers. Especially if you look back at last year, half of the balls that was intercepted was like playing volleyball with the receivers. They were trying to play basketball with the football. So it's one of those things where hopefully they can match up things from here. But appreciate everybody. Deion Sanders, thank you for tuning in. Glenn Morrows, appreciate you. Lewis, thank you as well for tuning in to the nation. So with that being said, put down below what you guys are thinking about Jaylon Smith. He's quietly, and don't forget about him, quietly, he got 3 sacks coming out of the middle linebacker position, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble return, or 1 fumble recovery. And do you guys think that Jaylon Smith, is he having a Pro Bowl type of year? Is he a force to be reckoned with this year? Will he make everybody swallow their words about saying that, man, the Cowboys shouldn't gamble on him, they should have got the other guy, Jack, I forgot, Miles Jack, that's his name, or did we make the better decision of going with a bigger guy who got space, who most scouts were saying that this guy, Jaylon Smith, was one of those freakiest athletes that they had him rated like higher than, some scouts said, higher than Lawrence Taylor and Brian Urlacher and what's the guy? What's this guy that played for the Ravens? Ray Lewis. So they had the scouts when they look at the film and stuff like that. But he was injured, so that's what made him drop. And Cowboys took a leap of faith, and they said, "Okay, we're gonna go grab Jaylon," and hopefully, maybe next year we'll see even more of an explosive Jaylon. Let me know. I love to hear you guys' thoughts on this whole matter of Jaylon Smith. Was he a steal and these sorts of things? Appreciate you guys for tuning in to the nation. And don't forget to hit that like button, share the content, be a part of this thing, man. Let's grow this thing as we begin to advance on to like bigger and better things throughout this glorious and wonderful year. Let me know what you guys think, man. That's all the time I have for this beautiful day or night or evening, wherever you may be. And remember, you're listening to Nothing But the Bass. Salute. Let's jam on top to this some music. Yeah. I'm out. Peace. Yeah.